We've had 2 emails this week on opposite sides of the same issue.
Should we give out the email address? Now you know it for sure.
Yes.
WWYTMT, which, as you probably guess, is why would you tell me that? WWYTMT podcast
@gmail.com. So send us questions in, whether they're about facts or not, or they're that's a fact being brought to us by the Gardaí. So send us in your facts, send us in your questions, and we'll answer them in the Patreon episode or the main episode.
No, we can also rate my fashion, like rate my fit.
Okay, rate your fit.
Rate my fit. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, sick fours, bro. Sick fours, bro. I want to make sure that's exactly what he said. Sick fours, bro.
Yeah,
is what Joshua actually said to myself.
That is pretty impressive. No, I think this is quite gratifying because we've had 2 emails in this week on opposite sides of the same issue. So I think that means that they think that we'll be fair and balanced.
Okay.
So the first email reads, "Hi lads, I'm a sheep farmer in the west of Ireland. As you know, margins in the industry were tight even before the large increases in fuel and fertiliser costs due to the situation in the Straits of Hormuz. In recent years, there's been some talk about the reintroduction of wolves in Ireland, an animal not seen here since the 1700s. While I have read the research from US national parks about an apex predator like the wolf actually bringing balance to the ecosystem, I am, I think, understandably concerned about losses of my stock and simply wish to ask that the government leads a process that consults all stakeholders before engaging such an impactful policy."
Wow.
Love the podcast, John. Okay, that's fair enough. The second email reads, wow. So I mean, I think
That's incredible.
I think good points made on both sides there.
I didn't realize how fluent you were in lupine. But here we are.
I mean, here we are. This is what happens when a comedy career doesn't quite work out when you expect it to originally.
Phenomenal.
I mean, yeah.
Thank you both, John. And sorry, did it say who the second email was from?
That was actually from, well, I should say the PS. The PS says, Gladiators was better when I was in it. Wow. Raphael. Why do we have a Raphael?
That's very impressive.
I've always got frustrated listening to the radio when they don't play the full song. Do you get in trouble for cutting out of the song early? How do you get out of the song in the best way? PS, how does the DJ know how to talk just until the lyrics come in? I think I know the answer to those questions, but you're the radio person.
Well, you've done radio and you've played songs, so you'll know this thing. Okay, so a couple of things. Number one is, you're not supposed to cut the songs, okay?
Okay.
However, you are also supposed to be on time for news, okay? And this is a delicate balance where often you will find yourself behaving with gay abandon in the first 35 minutes of your hour.
Yeah.
And then going, oh my God, we've got 2 ad breaks, 4 promos, and 6 songs to play in the next. So you're in trouble. This is a terrible way to do radio, even though we're all guilty of it, because it front loads the hour. So you're rewarding all the people who listen for the first quarter, the second quarter. People listen in quarters on radio, even though that's probably not real life. But then the people listening in the second and third and fourth quarter may only be getting a load of ads and one song. So you should try and balance everything out. You try, it doesn't always work. But anyway, what you would do is there are often places where you can cut a song. Sometimes songs have such iconic outros that you simply can't.
Yeah.
You will get in trouble. Not always. The key place you can cut a song, and most listeners won't notice, is mid-second chorus before the middle 8. Okay. So the way songs are traditionally structured is intro, verse, bridge, chorus, middle 8, chorus, repeat, out. 95% of pop songs structured this way. So you go verse, bridge, chorus, people know the song. People are expecting second verse, second bridge, second chorus. If you get to the point where they can hear the middle 8, you're gonzoed. They know you're cutting the song and it sticks out like a sore thumb. But just as they're getting to the middle of the second half of the second chorus, if you come in with a quick little Bruno Mars, push it back a little bit for a second. Great new song from him. I like it, whatever it's called, just like that. I can't remember what it's called. Whatever. And come out and get that down and get the next thing coming in, the next music bed or whatever it is coming in. 95% of people will not notice that because it felt like the last chorus of the song.
Yeah.
If you let the middle 8 start, you're goosed.
That's actual insight.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Raphael. We hope you do whatever you need to do in the sewers with the other lads.
But he also had a different question, though, about talking up to the vocal.
Well, I was going to see if I could answer that.
Please
Well,
do.
I was going to give my 2 cents worth. Because I took over a current affairs show, and then we played some music, not as much music as you would play. One, you have to be very apologetic to the newsreader if you do go over, and that's obviously very important.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, when you're a minor person on the weekend rather than the mainstay.
Gotcha.
Tenant Red Leicester cheese over there. Okay. Literally the big cheese, the corner. A little tip sometimes for people. If you hear, there's certain songs. So when we would have 4 or 5 songs in an hour, okay? And you would know what your last song was going to be before you went to the news. And sometimes it would be a 4-minute song.
Sure.
And if you've talked too much, you would put in a little 90-seconder. If you ever heard me on the radio playing Song 2 by Blur.
Yeah.
That's a big key.
Faith by George Michael.
Is that a real short one as well?
Yeah,
really
that's
short
just
one?
over 2, I think, maybe 2:30.
And if you ever hear Dave playing American Pie or Bohemian Rhapsody, he's just thought, fuck yous, right?
Or I've really got to go to
I've
the
got
toilet.
to the loo.
Yeah.
But
But that's the thing.
Okay, so let me ask you the question, though, Raphael,
okay.
and the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles want to know the answer to this. How does the DJ know how to talk until just the lyrics come in? And I'm assuming there's a wave. When you look at it.
No, there is if you want, but no, that's not how it works. It's actually much easier than that.
Okay.
So on one of your computer screens, the one on the right, has a timeline of what's happening. Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing is at the top, and then it's the next thing, and they're all little rectangles across your screen. So you can imagine I'm in a song, then I have a music bed that says Dave Moore, Today FM, whatever. I'm going to talk over that. Then there's another song. Then there's a promo for an ad break. Then there's a promo. Then there's an ad break. Then there's a little thing out of the thing into a next song. So it's just a list of things. That's you're just the log that's telling you what's coming up. On the other side, you have a sequencer. And the sequencer is 4 items. And it is what's happening right now or what's about to happen. And then the next 3 things. When it's a song, if it has a beautiful 15-second intro, what a glorious luxury that is in 2026. There are very few songs with intros. They all start cold. But if it did, you would hit play.
Yeah.
Now, the very experienced DJs amongst us who would have played songs off CD and record, whatever, would memorize how long the intro or feel it. These are the proper DJs.
That they've done it for years.
Back in the
years.
70s and 80s, whatever. Digital technology, we don't need that. When I hit play on a song, which is just hitting the big green next button, across the top is a visual countdown of the intro to the song. Not in numbers, but in a color. A green bar is going across the name of the song and the name of the artist. So if it's Bruno Mars, it's going across in green. And when it gets about the middle, it changes to amber. And when it gets to the last 3 seconds, it changes to red. And then, it has written beside it over on the log screen, Bruno Mars, 13.7 seconds, whatever it is. So you can either know the song and feel it, if you know the song well enough, or just keep a little side eye on the little color going across, going, all the time it's green. Orange, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. It's getting to red. I'm going to wrap it up and say the name of the station. And there he is singing.
So it gives it to you. Or some people who've done it for years and years and years and years know lots of the songs.
Yeah, I mean, there are also times when it's too long. Like some songs have 36-second intros.
So you have to do something.
Yeah, or what you can do is you can find there's a bit where it builds up slowly and then maybe drums kick in 15 seconds into a 36, and you can stop talking there.
Yeah.
But you always want to try and stop talking on an event.
Right. Oh.
You know what I mean? So that it feels to the listener like he hasn't just run out of things to say.
Okay. We haven't given a fact in this yet.
Should we?
We don't necessarily need to give facts, but just you reminded me www, okay? I saw this fact the other day. www is short for?
World Wide Web.
Okay. There are fewer syllables in World Wide Web than there are in the shortened version.
Yeah.
www.
That is so true.
So there's your first fact of the
One of my
Patreon
least
this week.
favorite things on earth is when people give you their web address
And say,
and first of all, you no longer need www. But second of all, either say www dot. I honestly have one of those. Who had the reaction? Do you remember There's Something About Mary?
yes.
Ben Stiller's in the car and he
Yeah.
picks up that guy Harlan. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Harlan something. Amazing actor. And he sits in the car and he has dreamt up this revolutionary fitness technique called 7-second abs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And he's in the car and he's espousing the benefits of 7-second apps, man. It's going to make me $1 million. And Ben Stiller's like, okay. And he goes, what if someone invents, I don't know, 6-second apps? And Harlan, like, is glad there's a camera because maybe it'll capture this wonderful performance I'll give you now. But he goes, no, man, it's 7-second apps, not 6-second apps. What are you saying? 6-second apps, 7-second apps. That immediate kind of brain implosion he has when I hear somebody say, and the website address is www.gotothegovernmentsfuelreserve.co.uk. Like, things are happening inside my brain with the two W's. Like, I can't.
Really?
I can't.
Really? See, what would upset me about that is an Irish voiceover for an Irish government website giving a .go.uk.
It was Cavan Monaghan Louth area.
Oh,
is it? Yeah.
Oh, it's a
It's cross-border.
Also, you've picked the worst part of Ireland to think that they might have fuel shortages. The border counties are sitting there going, I don't care about the Straits of Hormuz because I can put a little bit of detergent.
Okay, but worse than that, the only thing worse than www is... And again, I'm going to put on one of those accents because I've heard it. I've heard it this way. And don't forget, just check out our website, www.com. Oh my God! www.
You're such a weirdo. Like, this, what I'm enjoying about this is that normally I would say you're a very happy person. I say you're a very content person. And it's only by me pushing you to the very edge, which is beyond 50 minutes with no break of broadcasting. It's Patreon reveals the real Dave, and he's called out farmers and truckers. He's called out people who maybe aren't as familiar with the internet. You've called me a cheat about the Jane Fonda thing. You've only been polite to the people who have sent in the questions.
Border county people.
You've had a go at border county people. Basically, you're going to have to live in this room in witness protection because people are going to come for you after that. I've got one more fact for you as well. No, just jumped into my head because we haven't given enough facts in this Patreon, even though we don't need to. You mentioned Lego, and in terms of games companies, I thought Nintendo, the great Nintendo fact, if we haven't covered it before, what did Nintendo do before they were Nintendo? They were originally a playing cards company.
1850 something like that.
The 19th century.